Sulfur is a game that's built on replayability. You're supposed to play through every area multiple times to farm for certain things. That's just kind of how roguelites and extraction shooters work. It's never a one and done situation. The end of every area except for sewers will have you face off against a boss. When I did my video explaining every single enemy in Sulfur, I asked if anyone wanted me to explain the bosses in the game. Sure enough, a couple people expressed interest in seeing me yap about bosses, so that's what we're gonna do today. Unlike the enemies video, I'm going to be demonstrating how I like to play against these bosses for you by jumping from boss to boss and just explaining my strategies while I fight them. But don't worry, I'll chop it up and everything, alright? I'm not just gonna make you sit there and watch me fight the bosses, alright? I won't be lazy. What the heck? A free bow staff? You guys seeing this right now? Sweet. I'm going to be skipping the Barrel Boy mini-boss from Caves because it's just a splitter Barrel Boy. Don't let him sit on your face. I mean, it's not that complicated. You can fight those guys anywhere. Before we start this fight, we can see that there are 4 mud puddles that he can come up from. In fact, the devs also said that there might be some poop in there.
We only have one poop joke, I think. Or 2.
Yeah, it's a goblin cousin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, is that supposed to be poop? We can also see that he's got 5,000 health. That's not a lot of health. The thing is, you can one-tap this guy super easily. I'll just do it right away. I'll show you right now. This little Arbiter should be doing about 11,000 damage. He can be a little finicky with one-shots, and it doesn't always work. It's kind of strange. But right there, it works. He's had buggy issues since the beginning of Sulfur in early access. For a while there, multiple projectiles didn't hurt him the way they should, and he basically take no damage from it. So that's one strategy. You can build a gun that's going to do 5,001 damage and just insta-kill him. He's really the only boss that's going to give you basically no trouble doing that. Always a good time farming caves for that. So with these 4 mud holes, he could pop up out of any one of them. During the fight, it'll either be his body or it'll be his arms. And if you do a lot of damage but don't one-tap him, you can avoid the mobs that will spawn. There's 2 sets of mobs, but if you just do a bit of damage right there, take like a 1/6 of his health, those mobs are going to spawn no matter what. But if you can take a good chunk, you can avoid the mob spawn. I feel like if I'm going to talk about that, I should just show that now, huh? To get him not dead, decent health chunk is hit him about right there. See that? See that? Decent little health chunk. So because we did that, we can actually avoid the mob spawns. You have to get, I would say, aim for about under half his health, and you won't have to deal with any of the mob spawns. Also, you see that 9mm ammo there? If he throws his mud balls, they can spawn food and they can spawn ammo, but it's not a guaranteed thing for either one of them. It's kind of just RNG. You know, they love their roguelite elements in here, man. That RNG, they go a little crazy with it. We're just going to stab him and finish him off. Any form of melee, you could break the mud off of him instantly. Let's go ahead and see that. I feel like a science teacher or something. Sometimes it does feel like science explaining, you know, what to do in games, like guides and stuff. Like, you got to break it down to a science. See, we could use the melee to break the mud. I would just use some sort of automatic weapon. It's not too hard to get past, or even a shotgun. The widespread won't matter because you could just chunk away a bunch of that mud, which is like a defensive barrier for him. He won't take damage when you hit the mud. We're going to do that again. And now we will get the mob spawns. So you'll get baby goblins, you'll get spear goblins, that's it. Nothing else, nothing too scary in here, gang, don't worry. He's not complicated. He's a great way to farm some food and ammo, especially 9mm. Once you beat him, he will drop some loot. You'll get a gun or some gun insurance or rare items. Sometimes you'll have some treasure loot drop down. I'm not sure if I mentioned in between damage segments, he will pop his hand up and throw those muds at you. I know I mentioned that they could drop ammo and food and everything, but I want to stress the fact that if you get hit by the mud directly, it hurts a lot. I'll even take a slap here. That's a lot of damage, all right? So don't stop moving pretty much the entirety of this fight. There's no reason to stop moving in most fights unless you're going to shoot and you got a gun with a lot of spread or something. Another ploy, I mean, this is some shit. I wanted to show you that gun insurance can spawn. Gun insurance has like a probably 25% chance to spawn when you beat cousins, so it's a great way to grind some out if you need it. You can also get like cookbooks and everything that Gaba Food make, because I guess the guy's an idiot, doesn't know how to spell or speak any coherent language. Unless you're a freaking goblin. Moving on to town, we have one of the weirdest bosses in the game, being a variant of the minigun Gatlin guy that you can find in dungeon and especially castle. There'll be 3 of them, and unlike the common variant for the minigun guy, they can teleport, which is not a mutation that any normal enemy can have. They're the only ones that have it. A strategy that I always do with them is I bring some soda in case they have poison or fire. You don't want to be stuck out there in the middle of 3 dudes lasering you and teleporting you around and also poisoning and burning you. So come into town with some soda. You've got a good chance of running into Grossberg. He might have some, or you could take, what is this? Is this sugar here? Did we get that lucky? Take some sugar, put it with some water. That's soda. That's science. We're back on the science thing. You used to be able to cheese this and just shoot them through the curtains. You can't do that anymore. Once you step over about right here, the boss music will play. I've got everything muted so I can use my own music for the video. I like to get a little fancy. We do have a poison one. He doesn't show the mutation, though. He should poison me. Shoot me. Yeah, we're poisoned. Usually they show the mutation. I wonder if it's because I was stabbing him? Let's redo. God damn it. You might be wondering why sometimes I have to second guess myself. That's because some updates, they change things and don't mention them in the patch notes. It is what it is. That's fine if that's how they want to do things. I sound a little aggressive there, but I'm really not. Some things should be left for the player to find. It makes a new run more interesting when an update comes out. So I never know if they've changed something on them. Let's see. Is anyone shooting a green bullet? It almost seems like now it's always going to be a poison guy, but you can get lit on fire too. So if we let this guy... Normally, you wouldn't let them do this, but I'm gonna let one of the poison guys shoot me. Oh, I did get lit on fire. You can also use a health potion if you have them, by the way. It looks like they've made it so you'll always get a fire guy, which we just killed, a poison guy, which, again, they stand out from normal enemies because even though they're mutated, they don't have the little symbols on them. Is this guy gonna freeze me? Oh, he's got explosive. Is that explosive? Yeah, it sure is. I took some to the dome to find out. So you can't really... cure explosive away with some soda. Now we should talk about the strategy on beating these assholes. After we talk about the 2 weapon chests you get at the end. So this is a very viable way of finding many termites. If you're just looking for termites, man, you gotta run you some Town 5. Look at this. Oh my goodness, it's so lucrative. After running it a few more times, I did see that it is consistently spawning the hidden mutations of explosive, fire, and poison, so bring the sodas or the health potions or whatever you want to remove those ailments. Like I mentioned, once you step to about right there, the boss music will play, and then it's showtime. What we want to do is we want to set up. The thing about this is, always, every single time, one will spawn here. I don't know why, but there's always one on the left. The other ones can spawn randomly, but this one is always here. The best thing we could do is set up to try to take him down first. Now, you can't kill them by cracking their masks because these are some big boys. And it looks like they can still be mutated, which is very unfortunate. So this could easily be a botched run, but this does give us a good example of teleporting and non-teleporting enemies. They still have the same 400 health, but essentially you're going to want to play them as you would the normal versions of them, as we are fighting, just, casually fighting 5 this time. Or 6. It would be 6. We kill the big one, and then we get 3 more out of them. Yeah, I can do math. I'm not just a science teacher. I can do all sorts of stuff. I can also read at a 9th grade level. So, not to brag. Come on, how many termites can we get? Oh, damn, that's like a good loadout. This is why we run town, my goodness. The nice part about this boss fight is you will have an area right before that will have a bunch of different ammo in it, like your 9mm shotgun, you got a 5.56 there. So with this one, you're going to want to use some weapons with range. You don't want to use like a really up-close shotgun or something. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Most guns can get you the range that you need without a whole lot of damage drop-off. It's a lot about the strategy with this fight, and that strategy pretty much just ends up being camp right here and then find the other 2, which is not that complicated. Now we got an example of some soda usage. I totally did that on purpose. Wow, this guy knows how to make an example. You can also find some treasure right below them. You've got the robot soul capsule, you've got the cost. I believe the body parts are supposed to be from like these dead dudes and this dead dude, so you can also find additional body parts. Very good little loot section with the guns and the treasure loot. A lot of people see the cost and they think that this must mean something because during the St. Lucia fight, she will mention something about the cost. I believe it was her or the grandma you visit in your dreams. I'm not very good with the lore, but it's just a treasure item for right now. It doesn't mean anything other than a bunch of sulf coin once you sell it to your homegirl Ralphie. It's a cute little pitchfork. That's adorable. I don't know if I've ever noticed that in 550 hours. I don't know if I've noticed the cutest little pitchfork. I want that. Oh, I unironically tried to pick it up. Oh, I'm embarrassing myself. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Sewers does not have a mini boss or a boss, any kind of boss at all. That level's weird. Hedge Maze does and doesn't have a boss. It depends on how you want to look at it. There's a bunch of Hedge Maze guardians that run around, usually around 4 or 5 of them. You can kill them if you don't know how and you want to learn. Watch my Every Enemies Explained. I grouped them in there, so if you want to learn more about them, just go check that out, I guess. It's more of a looting area anyways. It's kind of like an Easter egg in its own right. I don't know if Easter egg's the right word there, but I went with it anyways. Dungeon went from having a lame boss to a really lame boss when they introduced the Novanian Guard into Castle, which I did talk about in the enemies video. So once again, if you want to learn more about him, go watch that. He's exactly the same as the enemies in Castle. Break the mask, wear some sunglasses if you don't want this bullshit happening on your screen. If you want to know how I feel about old pretty face over here, he's positively glowing. Look at this bitch. I'm gonna sit on him. Oh, I almost died for that, dude. For a large chunk of early access, I'm talking a majority of it, Castle was home for the final boss of the game. At least that's what we thought. Well, we didn't think that. Nobody thought that, right? But now that we have Forest and Fortress and Desert on the way, we know that she's not the final boss. We may have to fight her again. You know, that whole revenge subplot you could see on the roadmap might have something to do with her. Her boss is the first time you get to something a little bit more obscure, a more complicated boss, and what I think is a more fun boss because those complications make them more interesting. In this stage, she's got lines. She's got like little web lines here, and if you cross them, you will get slowed. Probably best to just go ahead and get her out of this phase once you're in it. And now she'll spawn in her cronies, which are your standard moped riding dagger dudes. She's got some weird stuff with her health. Now, she's also going to throw some ghosts out. If we let them touch us, we get hurt. And then they come back. Why am I getting a damn alert right now, bro? Can you guys not subscribe when I'm recording? I should not influence people to not subscribe. So here's where we get to a really interesting spot. When it goes dark, an eyeball will spawn in the room. All you have to do is stop moving and then look for it. I really should put a sight on this thing. God damn it. Bring some sodas. A lot of the iron sights for the guns in the game are not great. That's my bad. I'm going to use a compact sight. I'm going to just cheat for this one, but I was going to get rid of this gun anyways. This is just a dev kit save. If you botch that, she will spawn another one. It's very simple. If you don't shoot it in time, you will get lit on fire, which seems a little drastic, my dear girl. We get it. You're a pyromaniac. You don't even like churches. Shooting at her in this stage 2 will not damage her. You can get a lot of leniency as far as where you want the eyeballs to spawn. If I'm out here just a little bit and there's still a decent amount of wall back there, they will likely spawn in front of me, but I have had times where I've got this much room, they still spawn behind me. I thought for the longest time, as long as I was like facing somewhere, so if you were doing like this, it would have to spawn in front of you. No, they've got ways around that. The ring thing you've seen from the Hulks in Forest, and it messes you up about as good as they do. So we'll go ahead and just shred this bozo here. Another thing you could do with any boss, which I haven't mentioned, is let's see if we can get out of the chest. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, well, it's like you don't even want me to share the information, man. You can drink some Joel Must, and I'm going to cheat again because it's just going to make things easier for us. Guys, come on. Don't be so mad. This is an informational video. Some Joel Must, or you probably call it Yol Must. I've never drinking the shit. I didn't know what it was until the game introduced it in the Christmas update, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what the hell's going on here. But this will give you a 100% crit chance down sight for 15 seconds, which is crazy. That means double damage if you're aiming down sights, which is obviously very effective against bosses. Because I'm going to show you a little trick here. The fastest way to kill this, I'm just going to say it, meanie head, is... Dude, did I not put it on? What are you doing, game? She's invincible right now, which is weird. Come on, girl. Come on, little mama. We may have glitched her. She's real weird, man. This boss fight's always been weird. You used to be able to just kind of leave through this window up here. Yeah, you used to be able to just walk through this and then leave the stage. It was pretty epic, bro. This is so dumb. Clearly we've glitched her, so I would try to be careful when fighting her. So once we let her come into this phase, we're just going to unload. Usually that works. You need her to come into this next one, so we can try to chunk away a decent amount of damage and kill her before the second phase. I don't know if this gun's got it. No, look at the 1 health, man. Oh, man. It's because I wasn't fully invested. But yeah, in the eyeball mode, just stand still, don't move around, let the eyeballs spawn. You literally are in no danger other than lighting yourself on fire because you weren't playing your aim trainer in that very moment. Not super complicated, more fun than anything, having to learn her steps. Just remember that it's always 2 black zones. The easiest shots are her eyeballs when she's floating above the body pit. That's what she's holding in front of her. Those are her eyeballs. Can I kill you? No. Why do I keep trying that? I need to get away from her. It's not complicated, man. Shoot the damn eyeballs in the blackface, all right? I think we're far enough along for me to show you a boss one-shot weapon. We're going to be using the breach rate. If you've seen any of my content on the breach rate, you know it's absolutely broken. This breach rate is doing almost 22,000 damage, so it can one-shot any boss in the game except for the first phase of the fortress boss, obviously, because you have to shoot the individual butts. Sorry I'm not showing my camera right now, but I'm in straight goblin mode, so we're just going to throw this in here because I forgot to mention it. But there it is, the one-shot kill. That's going to work on anybody, including the Terrorbaum and the second phase of the fortress boss. Obviously, Cousin can die from just sneezing on him a little too fast and hard. A little hard, fast sneeze can get that guy dead. Moving on to the German Christmas tree. This guy has a bunch of different stages. He will launch baby crows at you. Right there. Boom. He'll do that quite a bit. I'm going to whiff all my shots on him. I didn't bring a bird gun. This one, you have to shoot him in the eyeballs. He's got multiple different stances he can take, all of which are pretty scary. So this one, he's going to start a rush at us after shooting at his birdies. He's going to start ping-ponging any moment. You're not going to do it? There we go, big guy. Do the ping-pong. Let's go. Boom. So he's going to do that. And if you get hit by this, let me show you. A pretty chunky damage as he's hitting you and then, like, I guess ground pounding? It's kind of what it looks like. That right there. Those little ground pounds, they can hurt. Hopefully I don't die from this. He's a tough little cookie. Oh, my goodness. Look at how strong you are. So with this one, he's going to launch the bullets that you shot, and you could pretty much dodge them if you just move, but right there was just on cluckers. You could see where they're going to land on the ground. If you use any guns that have a kind of element to them, so thunder bullets, flamethrower, he will shoot all that stuff up and come down. With this, you're just playing a Mario Party minigame of dodge the rope. The more I play Terrorbaum and play him slowly, which I never do, he's kind of the best boss in the game. His phases are all really fun. I definitely like him more than Fortress Boss. Fortress Boss is a little overcomplicated for lack of a better word. Terrorbaum, though, there's something about him. All the different phases, it does kind of feel like a Mario Party minigame. But really, it's only just the 3 phases. There's the bullet drop. This time I won't just like step on it. So whatever damage your bullets are doing, you will get hit by that by these. So if I stand right here, slow ass moving bullets. I mean, it's too slow. It's too slow. But you saw me get hit earlier and almost die. He's shooting your bullets back at you. And this is pretty easy to miss, but he will speed up as the fight goes along. See right there, gets a little speed to it. And he'll also hit you with a couple of little smackers. If you're into tentacle stuff, this is really good for you. Obviously, bring your bird gun if you don't like dealing with the baby birds. Otherwise, it's just a matter of getting your timing down on the fight with those things. Oh, it's a shoe. I thought it was a weapon repair kit. You piece of shit. For him, I would recommend just about any gun that you're going to be accurate with, because you don't want to be super close, especially when he's in those movable modes where he can rush at you. You don't want to get too close to that. You've seen what the ground pound did to me. I'm a bad dude. I'm a dangerous feller, and that thing hurts. But you want to keep your distance. You also need to keep playing the Mario Party minigames of dodge the crosshairs and dodge the tentacles. Ooh, nice. Don't dodge those. Don't dodge those hockey pads. Ooh, a free Impala Gravita. Where's my damn termites? Okay, so his Holy Emperor, easy fight. You can bring a lot of ammo, maybe an infinite ammo gun. All you gotta do is aim for the red button. Now, I say easy fight, but it's really not the first few times. He can be really scary because if he hits you, he will do a shit ton of damage. I like fighting him. Is a bit of a training exercise and also a why am I standing there and letting him hit me from coming up out of the ground exercise. He will have 8,000 health in total, but you have to do the damage to the red balls, and they have kind of like a threshold. You can only do so much damage to him, and you have to break every ball. You can't one-tap him. I'm so sorry. And he will do a lot of damage. He is pretty bad. I mean, as far as, like, boss difficulty goes, he easily is number 1. I do think it's a fun fight, though. Surprisingly, with not a lot of bugs unless you're playing around dead mode or you're versus the Wild Wild West spider boss. Sometimes that guy can like glitch by disappearing or jumping in front of his seat, which looks really weird. I think you have to do that by hitting him with certain elements. I've done it with Prism. You can have him kind of blast out of his seat a little bit up front. It's weird to explain. If I can find a clip, I'll show you. We're gonna look at him as we come through here. He's gonna shoot rockets at us. He's gonna spawn some ghost dog samurai. Here, it's just a matter of having the movement speed items and being able to back up. These aren't your normal rockets. They don't just fly right at you like we shoot. You can blow them up as they're on their way, and they're gonna go in that like weird little zigzag kind of way. Not a zigzag. They're drunk. Those are drunk rockets. This guy's a dick. I'm out of ammo. Or I'm out of durability. I don't think I got any more kits either. I'm not in the business of making more kits right now. Oh my goodness. But once you eventually do take him down, which is easy, just keep moving backwards. Don't let him hit you with the rockets, and do not let him hit you with his big old spider chair. That will mess you up alongside the samurai guys. I think the second phase is a lot easier. What you don't want to do is stand underneath that. Because, yeah, you better believe that thing is going to hurt, man. I think it's just obvious that you don't want to get hit by anything that he's sending your way. And at the very end, you'll get some very rare items like a 12-gauge chisel. You'll always get 2 scrolls. There will always be 2 no matter what. And then these 2 up here is just going to be like a gun insurance, a cookbook, chisels. Like, there could be some really, really high value loot that can spawn here. I hope at the very least you guys were able to learn something, at least one new thing. That's all I shoot for in SULFUR videos, is hopefully somebody somewhere learns one new thing. If you didn't learn anything, or you want to learn a little bit more, feel free to ask in the comments or in the TMU Discord. Someone here or there will be able to help you with anything you've got. Obviously, this video was a little bit different than the ones I've been making. It's a little bit looser. That's because we've been getting hints left and right for the next update, which is the desert update, and I don't know when that's going to drop. When that drops, I immediately have to make the everything that was included in the desert update, because that's just what I've been doing for all the major updates, and I plan to do it for that one. So I did not want to start an overly complicated video that would take 50 to 60 hours to edit. Believe it or not, some of these videos take a very long time to edit. So I wanted to have a more loose, friendlier conversation with you and just have a little bit of fun while we dish about these boss bitches. Enough of all that nonsense. I want to talk to you about the members of this channel, who I greatly appreciate for all the support they give my family and I. They don't have to do that, but they do it anyways. They're amazing, beautiful people, and I promise I am going to start working on some members only videos when my life is not as crazy. There's still a decent backlog. Let me know if my members out there want me to make a playlist with all the members only videos. I think I should just do that anyways. It might make it easier for you to see them. There's some exclusive content that only they've been able to watch. Sorry, gang. I gotta give them something because they're supporting me. They're just amazing. That'll just be the final rant. Hopefully you clicked on a related video as I gushed about those people that are totally cool, man. You're all cool, by the way. Everybody.